how much does each one cost, and how many sessions of each do you need for it to be effective?
That's an awesome question. So with liposuction, it's kind of like one and done.
Okay.
Right? You go in, you get out, you're done. And it depends cost-wise on how many areas you're getting done. So I would say if you're doing like just, your double chin, it might be like $5,000. But if you're doing like a total body, it can be upwards of $100,000. It just depends on how much time, how much time you're spending in that operating room.
Yeah.
Then with Cool Sculpting, it starts at about $800. But again, let's say you're doing like the whole midsection, you're doing 20 applicators. I mean, it can get expensive up to $10,000, $20,000 too.
Yeah, going to the gym is definitely cheaper.
Yeah.
True.
And longer lasting as far as health.
Right. But we're just talking, about
The
there are
cosmetic
certain,
areas.
there are certain areas. Like for men, some men have that tire.
Yeah.
Like for me, I call it my armpit boob.
Yeah, bra
Like it's
fat, we call
like
it.
my breasts have been pouring out into my armpits. I hate that. Is that something that would be good for
I
this?
use Kybella on the bra fat, I call it, a lot. I've
Okay.
used it with sometimes people just have a little tiny belly pooch and they don't feel like undergoing surgery. They're willing to come in a couple times, so I'll use it there. And Kybella per vial can be around $700 to $900. But again, if you're using it like all over, it can be really expensive.
How many
super fast.
vials is like for like here?
So most people in my practice, I would say 2 to 6 vials over time. So maybe we do 1 or 2 vials, come back 2 months later, 1 or 2 vials more.
So like
Okay.
Tam was asking, you have to do these things over again.
And are the results permanent?
They are, you guys.
Okay.
So any time that you lose fat through any of these methods, it is permanent. We don't actually create new fat cells after the age of 15. So those little kids with the popsicles in their mouth, their cheek fat comes back because they're still producing fat cells. But after the age of 15, you don't produce new fat cells.
You have the
So
same fat cells, they just get bigger. if
bigger
you're
or
getting fat.
smaller. Like you work out, they get
Yeah, don't
smaller.
get crazy.
Because I've heard the rumor before that says that if you remove fat from one area, it will transfer and go somewhere else in your
There
body.
you have it.
It's so not true. So fat cells are dumb and they don't have legs. Okay?
Okay.
So if you remove, the fat, let's say I lipo your belly.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
you go gain 20 pounds, you just have less fat cells to expand in that area now. So you're might expand the ones that are remaining in the other areas. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not like this fat's like, all right, peace, I'm gonna walk up to your chin now. No, it's just,
Yeah, it's if you
Yeah.
gain weight, you gain weight
Right.
in other areas.
yeah, so you're just shrinking and expanding the cells that remain.
Got it.
Got it. So what kind of doctor should you look for if you want to get one of these procedures that
So
you're
I
talking
would
about?
say with the non-invasive procedures, the heat, the cooling, or the injections, in California you want to get at least a nurse, working
Okay.
underneath a doctor. But for, in general, I would say definitely for the liposuction, you want a board-certified plastic surgeon.
Yes.
And honestly, in my practice, we have all the stuff. So if somebody comes to me, let's say they're like, oh, I want Cool Sculpting, and I'm like, no, babe, you need a tummy tuck. I offer it all, so I can really guide people to what will give them the best results.
Yeah.
That's
Keep it
great.
real,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And
That's what the
again,
show's
board certified plastic surgeon.
Yes.
You need a whole trainer.
We always learn so much when you're here, Dr. Gisarian. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. So as always, fam, please do your research and talk to your doctor if you are considering one of the procedures that we discussed today. We got to take a break, but don't remove us. We'll be right back with more of The Real.